Okay, so we got a 2006 Chevy Uplander, and what we're going to do today is a rear driver's side brake caliper. We're going to change that out, as well as do the brake discs and rotors. Okay, so we're going to take off the back wheel and start the job. Okay guys, so we've obviously taken the back tire off, and so the next step is we're going to take the caliper off. Alright, and we're going to change the rotor. We're going to take the caliper off, remove it, put the new one on. So some of the tools that you're going to need are, and if you span around here, you got some bolts. So you're going to need a 15 mil wrench, a 14 mil wrench, and over here, okay, for the brake line coming in, this is a 11 mil wrench, and for the bleed port is a 10 mil wrench. Also have nearby is some hammers and some screwdrivers. We're going to pry this off, because what's happened here in this this caliper has seized. So you're going to see the damage, what happened to the seized caliper. And in the process, we've got to take the emergency brake line off. You see it right there. Okay, this is going to have to come apart. All right. So what we'll do is we'll start taking this apart. So I've used my 14 mil wrench, and I'm taking off the caliper section here, where the sliders are. So I've taken two of those 14 mil bolts, just sliding off the caliper. And you can see the seal where the piston is totally damaged. Okay, so I'm going to change this section out too. So in the meantime, what we'll do is just gently let that hang, and we'll check out our pads here. Let me get a screwdriver. Now look at that. That's some major damage. You can see the angle it's at. Okay. Here's the other one. It's not as bad. You see the difference? Yeah? Okay, so that was a major issue. Those are garbage. Just gonna check my rails here. They're a little bit stiff. They don't want to, they're not seized or anything. So I'm trying to figure out what caused this caliper to go, or for the pads to go like that. Okay, well, next we're going to do is take this section off. So you need there's two 15 mil bolts in the back. We'll remove this section, and then we'll remove the rotor. And next we're going to disconnect our brake lines, emergency and the hydraulic. Okay. So next we've taken off this section. Again, you need your 15 mil socket to remove this section with the bolts. And we're going to remove the rotor. Just to let you know that you'll need a torque fitting. It's a T30. Will fit in there. Sometimes these little set screws can get really rusty and seized. I learned this off Eric the Car Guy on his YouTube videos. So just to tap it, you need two hammers, a ball peen hammer, and you can tap it if it gets seized. And of course you might need some WD-40. So what I did is I got my torque fitting, and you can just tap it in and then remove it. Okay, so we have our emergency brake line here, and the way I got this off, I went to the front and depressed the emergency brake, which closed this mechanism, the spring. Okay, now because it's a little bit seized, I was able to wiggle this section out of here. All right, so this just pulls out. It actually hooks in around here, and I just pulled it out. And then you just need to get, maybe you have some channel locks, some WD-40. This might be a little bit stiff in here. Your channel locks, you just wiggle it a bit, like that. And it will come out like that. So we just put that to the side. Next, we're going to use our 11 mil wrench. This is the brake line now. Just break that, take it off. I already loosened it already. Okay. And this is what you're going to have in here. And just note all the the way things are put together. That's the old caliper. Put that to the side. You're going to get a lot of hydraulic fluid coming out. So in here, you're going to have a washer, a copper washer, and you're going to get new ones for this as well. So new with the new caliper, you're going to get new washers and bolts. So we've got to remove this section. And keep in mind it has to be super clean. We don't want, especially inside. Okay, this is the old guy here. And there is, on the back side, right here, a copper washer as well, a gasket. Again, we can clean this up, but make sure that this is super clean in here. Do not get debris in there. That's going to be part of your brake line. Okay. Okay, so we just installed the new rotor, and don't forget your set screw, your torque screw there. So getting the new caliper comes with new rails. Okay, you gotta remember the configuration of that. You can look at your old caliper to get that. You gotta pop those in. Don't forget that. Okay. For ease, I thought it'd be better to put the new rotor on. Okay. And put the new caliper back on, mount it. So what we're going to do next is get the emergency brake cable put back in, and like I said, can you see in there? This section just slides in to its mount. What we have to do now, right here, can you come up here, Jacob? Right there, perfect. So this is under spring tension, so we're going to have to slide this section back to get the cable locked in here. Okay, so what I found, you got some channel locks like this. Just open it up, and you'll need some needle nose pliers. Okay, I'm sure some guys would not recommend doing this, but I have a special tool to do it. But we can try it like this. Just squeeze it. Okay, get my needle nose. You don't want to stick your fingers in here, because if it releases, it slips. You pull the cable back in and release. Okay. See, this nut is in the way. Can you move over here? There we go. So I just close this with my channel locks, get my needle nose, and the cable slides in behind, and you force like that. So that's done. It's complete. Okay, next we're going to move over to putting our brake line back on right here. Okay. So here's our brake line. Make sure you have the new washers, the copper washers that come in. We've got the one mounted in there already. Here's the new bolt. It's 11 mils. And we're just going to, if you want to beforehand, you can clean this up. Make sure all the rust is gone. And again, make sure everything is clean. You don't want any debris in there. And what we're going to do is get him in there. 11 mil. And snug it up. And of course, after all this, we need to bleed our brake lines so we can flush it. Okay, so just before we put the tire back on, make sure all your bolts are all tight according to the manufacturer specs. And also, we had to bleed the brake lines as well, and double check there's no leaks. So of course you need a friend to do that, to go up and pump the brake line as you release. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to do that. I'm not going to go into all these details. And once that's all bled, put your tire back on, and then take it for a test spin. Also, I forgot to mention when you're putting your pads back into the on the rails, you can always use silicone brake lubricant to put on the rails. Those have to move with ease, so don't forget to do that. That's this product here. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe and put a comment or a like. If there's any updates or if any improvements that you can find, please let me know in the comments. And just always remember, if I can do it, you can do it.